I'm very happy we have another young Indian with us, part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Good to be back. Right now, we have with us Ritika Yachna. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Ritika.
Hi, good evening, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll just start by saying, and what a wonderful platform you have created. I've been following you for quite some time and consuming your Vidpeds, and it has been so exhilarating seeing all the fellow econ students doing so well in their fields and I would say rather eye-opening because while I am in a very exploratory stage where I'm exploring different topics and everything before I stumbled upon the research topic that I want to pursue in my career in the future, but it has been so amazing to see my peers who are doing so well, who have found such clarity about their careers and research topics which they are pursuing right now. So I'll just briefly introduce. Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's hear about you.
Okay, yeah. I'll just briefly introduce myself and talk about my experiences and learnings which I have accumulated. So I have recently completed my graduation in economics from Kalindi College, University of Delhi, and I joined the college in the middle of the pandemic, and we had to spend like 3 semesters in an online mode, which also meant that we lost out on a lot of learnings and exposures which an offline college which gives and we joined the college in person in around fourth semester and got very overwhelmed because second year is also rather academically challenging, and when you move from school to college there are also so many challenges which you have to adapt to and so many changes. So yeah, like, but eventually I did get a hang of it, and by the time I was very comfortable I was writing the exams for my last semester.
Yeah.
But I yeah. So
Yeah.
I had the time of my life. I did so much. I had so much involvement in extracurricular activities in college societies, met so many people, interacted with them, and participated in fest events. So just I'll just talk for a minute about the college societies and everything
Yeah,
which
please.
I have
Let's
done.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So I was part of this social entrepreneurial initiative in college in Actors, where we were working on projects on for uplifting the marginalized communities and working on business ideas which promoted sustainability in general. So I'll just talk about this one project that we did. For example, when we go to the supermarket, we tend to reject the fruits and vegetables which are deformed and thinking that it might not be very nutritious. So this project was aimed at reducing those agricultural wastage. So, they say like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So we usually tend to reject those fruits and vegetables, even though they are very nutritious. And so many of the doctors and nutritionists around the globe has confirm this fact. So what we did was collect these deformed fruits and vegetables from mandis and every other places where they were most likely to go to wastage because nobody was buying them. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we engaged uh, marginalized women from urban slums of Delhi, and then we went ahead and we started manufacturing um, jams and spreads, marmalade and pickles, that sort of things, and we started selling them. And in the process, we also gave financial literacy sessions to these women so that they have an idea of what businesses are and how they can start something like this on their own. So obviously profits were shared and everything. But yeah, like this whole project that we did, there were two other projects that we were working on simultaneously. One was with manual scavengers, which we could find in Delhi. So yeah, like this was very eye opening because I was joining these projects in a virtual manner. Like obviously the field trips were in an offline mode, but the interaction part with all my peers and everything was in an online mode. So I did not really had much experience, and in getting involved in these things sort of opens your eyes and gets you very passionate about working in a similar space. So yeah, so this was that, and then I was also involved with the
Just a second. Let's hear more about this project of deformed food. I mean, is it ongoing or What's
Yeah,
happening
of
with
course,
it?
it's
What's
ongoing.
the legal status of the group? Is it a cooperative or what? I mean, do you know more about it? If you do, please tell us.
No, not really. It was literally just a student-led thing that we did. We just, so obviously we followed all the safety procedures and hygienic procedures before we decided to make them, and we followed everything. And it had no preservatives also, so it didn't need did that kind of certification that it was safe to consume, because we didn't use any chemicals or anything in the produce. So yeah, so we did that, and then we went ahead and sold those produces to our neighbors, and maybe we did some digital marketing to get people involved in this kind of things online, and sold our products to those who were interested. And then college events were obviously um, a huge opportunity for us, because we did get to put up an exhibition and tell more people about it and create
Mhm.
awareness, and in the process sell our products. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. I'm so glad to hear about it. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, and the other thing, it was I was also involved in the editorial board of my department. So we did actually I was the it was the first society that I joined when I joined college. So it was initially we were in the online mode, so we had kind of bandwidth, and we started this email initiative. So we used to send weekly emails out to our subscribers, which were usually the non-econ population, and we used to explain the economic concepts to them, which happens in our day-to-day lives, and we could bring out the economic element in that and explain it to them in a very layman language, because we
Mhm.
found out that a lot of people were interested in our subject, but because of some complications and technical language, they kind of lost interest in between. So we made these like very cool memes and all of that to explain these concepts to them in a very layman language. So we
Mhm.
did that, and then we also explored the theme of women in economics, because there are like only three women in economics who have been awarded the Nobel Prize. So participation has been not very representation, I would say representation has not been very well. So we reached out to the women who are working in the field in the policy space, and then we talked to them about their experiences, how did they get introduced to the field, and what are they doing right now, that sort of things. And then we also heard about gender inequality and biases, which are highlighted by data feminism through a World Bank data scientist. So that all these experiences kind of came together and fueled my interest to pursue a career in policy and development space.
Mhm.
So, in my third year, I interned in the office of a Lok Sabha MP during the budget session of
Mhm.
2023. It was
Mhm.
kind of an entry point, and like the breakthrough that I got, which gave me such a clarity over how things work in public policy and economic policy in general. What kind of functions do these government bodies perform, and how policies are made, how is the government held accountable. So it was very eye-opening, and plus interacted with a
Mhm.
lot of people. So I also got to know the kind of things that other people are doing,
Mhm.
and what I should be doing to explore more about the same. And it was also the first work from office internship that I got. So it was also a different level experience, because before that everything I did was kind of remote. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was amazing. And after that, I went on to intern with Center for Civil Society with
yeah,
their education vertical.
yeah, yeah.
So I was supporting them with the data analysis for the reports that they were preparing on basically highlighting the effects of COVID-19 on educational outcomes in the states of Delhi and Haryana.
Mhm.
So it was also that this internship kind of um, helped me like we can say, like it also gave me the perspective that you need some sort of skill to also work on the government databases, for example like DLFS, UDIs. So you need to understand and learn how to work on these data sets, and how to
Mhm.
explore what kind of stories that the data bases and the outcomes are telling you.
Yeah.
And anyways, our profession is rather very focused on numbers, and we need the evidence that whatever we are saying has a source of um, data, or maybe some evidence that we have for it.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah. And then after I graduated, I got like the kind of the best opportunity, I would say. I got an internship at UNDP India. I interned with the policy unit under the senior economist. And let's just say that I have learned more in this internship than I did for the entire uh, years I have spent in my college, and all the 3 years of my college. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
so this was
Good.
the
Good. Good.
yeah.
So,
So
do they pay you for it, or this UNDP people, or it's unpaid?
yes, yes, no, UNDP internships are paid.
Mm-hmm.
So the internship stipend mainly covers your living cost. Matlab, not exactly living cost, but yeah, it they do give you some sort of stipend.
Okay.
That was at the country office. Yes.
Okay.
So this
Wonderful.
was the yeah, this was the same team that was working with the working with the Niti Aayog on the multidimensional poverty report. So I got to learn a lot about the measurement of poverty. How poverty is measured across the globe, and how it is measured in our country, and
Yeah.
got introduced to the capability approach of Amartya Sen. So
Yeah.
it was an amazing experience. I learned so much, and I helped out in organizing policy dialogues, and in general doing literature reviews on caste
Mm.
census and climate poverty, and in general I learned so much about the development issues that
Okay.
are prevalent in our society. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's. I'm glad you had that experience, because in the end, these issues, you do need to know the reality. The theory, of course, you need to know, but the reality also. I'm glad you got that. Okay. So where are you now?
So yeah, internship got over last month. So I actually took a gap year because, like I mentioned, because of COVID-19, there was a huge disruption in our education system too. So our semesters were kind of accelerated. It was shortened. The duration was shortened. So we were just literally studying, cramming up facts, and writing exams just so can get the degree. So I took a gap year to sort of sit back and study and actually explore what I want to do before I
Mm.
jump in for the next thing. So yeah, now I'm preparing for my master's entrances. Hopefully, I'll get into a good college this year, and I'm then looking to continue exploring the opportunities and impact evaluation, research, and
Mhm.
I'm also thinking about a career in public sector like maybe civil services or central bank, and in
Okay.
general with public finance and budgeting has kind of ex- uh, exciting me a bit. So that's an area I wish to explore. Yeah.
So much is open at this time because really
Yeah,
it depends
absolutely.
on what happens in the next years when you get your master's degree, and that
Yeah, yeah,
it will begin to formulate a little bit. Yeah, okay, it's understandable. BA degree for many people is just a stepping stone. It's not enough.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
enough. Okay. And um, did you, when you were doing online courses, did you have time to have some other activities for yourself, or how did you spend your time?
Yeah, actually, I was when I was watching your videos, I saw so many of my peers having musical talents, and
Yeah.
that was so impressing.
Huh.
Just beyond I was so impressed that how they managed to get a hang of both their both to like just to pursue both their interests and as well as do good in academics. But unfortunately for me, I don't really have these talents as I really wanted to, but I just couldn't get the time for it. But yeah, I love reading books,
Yeah.
and yeah, this COVID period has also made us very addictive to consuming content online. So it's just always your phone is in your hand, or you're like in front of your laptop screen, always looking for some content to consume. So I've been cutting back on that, and getting back to reading. And now that I have a huge to be read books, I love like people recommend it to you, and you stumble upon some book that you want to
Yeah.
read. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I have been spending my time. It's just either studies or reading books. So I'm getting back on track with that.
Okay. Otherwise, what is the content on the phone that you were so addicted to?
It's either LinkedIn. I mean, social media has been such a huge part of our lives now. It's
Right,
like it's
right, right.
continuing to become such a huge, like everything we do, it's just this thing in our mind. So sorry. So everything we do, it's a thing on our thing in our mind that, oh, we have to do it. We have to make it look pretty so we can post a picture of it on Instagram or
Yeah,
something.
that of course.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I am out of that. No, I do have an Insta account, but I don't
Hmm.
post. All right, so that takes
Yeah.
quite a bit of the time, right? If you are young and enthusiastic and have friends, then this is the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
of
yeah.
communication, right? That you.
Absolutely.
All right. So the future is what? It's open, right? For you. You have not. You have
Yes,
got
I
many.
am.
Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So I am just exploring now because there are so many things and everything just excites you a lot, that
Yeah.
maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. So I'm very open to exploring, like, if, and also like with bachelor's degree, the things that we study in our bachelor's degree is not very enough to kind of for me to decide, that this is the research topic that I wish to pursue.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm just looking that maybe a master's degree will get me that sort of clarity that this is the thing that I want to do. So there are so many interesting topics. So I also wish to explore intersectionality of caste and gender with inequalities, poverty, and climate change is also a very big topic these days. So climate change and public health, there are so many things. Yeah.
Can I just take you back to your class 11 and 12 days, and how did you make decisions, and what suggestions you might have for people who are now in class 11 and 12, whether they can learn from you something? So just take yourself back and think whether you were clear, confused. How did you make your decisions?
So, when I was in 11th grade, I wanted to do chartered accountancy, and then my interest shifted to data analysis and everything, basically everything corporate. But I had this neighbor who was from Kashmir, and we used to spend a lot of time together because he was very old. He used to live alone, and he was a very learned person in the sense that he sort of guided me to choose economics as a discipline that I should focus on, or maybe I should explore more. He used to tell me these stories from back. He was a Kashmiri migrant, so you know he used to tell me stories from there, like this happened, that happened. So that sort of, and he also introduced me to a lot of economists, like the works of Manmohan Singh ji, Montek Singh Aluwalia. So he used to suggest articles and send videos to me that you should also listen to him, listen to that, read this, read that. So that sort of shaped my interest in economics. And I also think that when you are in 11th and 12th, you are very focused on doing traditional things because we don't have that sort of clarity that what are the options that are available after college, or what is happening right now in the world. So I just one thing that I want to tell all the students who are right now in 11th and 12th, that don't restrict yourself just to the traditional roles that you might have heard from your parents or grandparents or relatives, that do 12th, do CA, and do maybe engineering, and then you can do whatever you want. Explore it on your own, and explore your interest in the subjects because you actually want to learn from it, and not just that um, it will lead you to earning a lot of money in the future, because obviously money is a huge factor, but I believe if you have um, if you're very passionate about something, the money comes because you kind of become an expert in that. So obviously people are earning money who have followed their interest in subjects. So that
Okay.
is something.
But it is a time of a little bit of confusion, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, I agree.
Okay. But there are no sort of clear guidance people around you. It's just random who guides you and how it happens. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky to have found someone who guided me, but I know there are many people who don't have that sort of guidance, right? So I also believe that being good with, like there has been this discussion that the marks don't matter as much as they did as earlier, because now they had so many entrance exams and everything, so board exams don't matter. But I feel like if you are scoring good, you also get into good college, and then you get to interact with so many good people that sort of guides you and helps you make that decision, that what is it that you are interested about, what is it that you are so passionate about. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, maybe focus on your studies and focus on getting a good college where you can meet these sort of people,
Mm.
and yeah, like make these decisions in your bachelor's. And it's not like if you are you cannot change your subject of interest later on in the life. It's nothing permanent. Like I have seen people who have done bachelor's in some other subject and who are doing so well in their subject of interest that they have now entered at later stages in their lives. So it's nothing permanent, so you can obviously shift to
Yeah.
whatever field you are interested in.
And you did say that it was a big change from school to college. So tell us about
Hmm.
it. Tell us about it.
So in school it's very fixed, right? Like you just have to study this chapter which the teacher have taught you, and then you have a test which you have to study for, and then you have to write exams, get good grades. In college, it's everything is very open ended, in the sense that uh, you not everything is taught in colleges, and the prescribed readings and everything. So there is so much that you wish to explore, and so much the professor wants you to focus on, because that is important from an exam point of view. So that part of it, and also like not just being focused on academics like in school. I know many of the students who are pursuing both extracurricular activities as well as doing well in their academics, but like it's okay in school if you are more focused on your studies, right? Because
Yeah.
um it's like that's how we are taught in our country. So
Yeah.
but in college it's like you should explore a little bit of everything, and time management is a huge problem. Like
Yeah.
how to like, allocate your entire schedule of the day around your academics, your classes, your internships, your projects that you are
Mm.
doing.
Mm.
So it's the change that I felt, like just managing my time, and how to shape my entire day around
Mm.
uh, these things so that I can cover a little bit of everything. So that was the thing that I faced a lot of challenges with. Yeah.
Understood. Freedom comes with a price.
Price. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
freedom isn't free. Freedom comes with a price. Prices, you could mess it up.
Yeah.
You overdo one or the other, spend half your life on TikTok and Insta,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
then you had it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have to know what you want to do. Okay. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to add here?
Um, yeah, not many, like just starting with everything like in early stage career, actually just the beginning of my career, so not a much. But yeah, like explore as much as you can, explore different subjects, explore different things, and do a little bit of everything in college. Like it's a great place to explore, get if you get into a good place where you can get the opportunity to pursue these things. So yeah, explore a little bit of everything and then figure out where do you want to be. And yeah, don't restrict yourself to one specific field, and like rather explore as much as you can.
Okay. Seems to me that you are optimistic about your future. Is that a correct assessment?
I am trying to, yeah, like it's just that when I feel like the energy you give out is the energy that you receive back. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to be very optimistic. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. Maybe we'll catch up with you in a year to see where you landed for your master's degree. I'm sure you are studying hard for those
Absolutely.
tests. I'll
Yeah.
let's say bye to the viewers now. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye till. Bye everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much.